changed. What was it? Damn it. I can't remember now. Changed the output encoder preset low latency quality instead of quality. Can I change that while doing it? Seems like. So low latency performance. Let's see what happens. Still dropping frames quite a bit. Okay, let's try resuming and see if that helps in any way. How's the mic volume? Still too low? How is it now? Closer to the mic. Okay, let's move it closer. Alright. Is that any better? Obviously, the FPS is still not great. Alright, let's just resume. Let's see how it goes. It doesn't work out.
This, Ramsey? I didn't authorize those things.
Your Imperial Majesty and Royal Protector Corvo Attano, a native of our homeland. Serkonos offers condolences on this sorrowful day, and gifts to remind you of our nation, the rising star on the southern horizon.
We thank you, Your Grace.
Save your thanks. For now, I give you the greatest gift of all, family. I present the lost sister of Jessamine Kaldwin, your rightful Empress, Delilah Kaldwin.
Impossible.
My mother had a sister?
My dearest niece, hello.
It's not true.
My father was Emperor Uhorn Jacob Kaldwin, and Jessamine was my younger sister. At the time of her death, I wasn't ready to make myself known to you, and I was forced to leave Dunwall. But now I'm home.
If you really are my mother's sister, you're welcome to stay as long as you like.
Little sparrow, blackened by bad memories, I'm here to relieve you of your crown. My father's promise, whispered in secret so many years ago, is now fulfilled.
Watch your tongue. Emily Kaldwin is the daughter of Empress Jessamine Kaldwin.
Royal Protector. How naive to think you could get away with these murders. Living in my palace has protected you, but that's over. Hear me, all of you. Your rightful Empress has returned.
All hail the Empress Delilah, first of her name. Arrest Emily Kaldwin and her father for the Crown Killer murder.
What?
Sword can't still my heart.
So, how's that looking for you? I can still see it's a bit choppy on the stream. Cool. Okay, so play as Emily Kaldwin, ruler of the Empire of the Isles, trained in stealth and combat by her father, Corvo Attano. Or play as Corvo Attano, legendary royal protector to the Empress and figure of infamy from the time of the Rat Plague. Corvo is who you play as in the first game, if you're not aware. I will play as Emily. I have played a bit of the game before, but not a lot, so it's gonna be a blind run, pretty much.
I will cast you in cold marble. No! Sweet girl, over time you will come to love me. Perhaps someday you'll see me as the mother you lost. But until then, you'll be kept out of trouble.
I'll lock Lady Emily in her chambers, then I'll bring her to Cauldron Prison until her trial. My father lost it all when I was a boy, so now I wear this uniform, and I send 20-year-olds out to patrol the Rose Gardens instead of drinking with the men from the shooting club.
Captain Ramsey, I heard shouting. Lady Emily, what happened?
That'll be all, Captain Mayhew.
No!
That's the Royal Protector's fancy weapon. What kind of sword folds in half? There's a legend in the Tower Guard about the Empress's last resort, a safe room inside your chambers holding enough gold to buy a good-sized island. They say that this ring is one of the only 2 keys to exist.
What happened? Alexei. The throne room. Father. Nothing I can do alone. I need to get out of here.
Yes. So, yeah. Yeah, Marco, I will spend some time trying to figure out those options.
Empress take the throne. The Ramseys are going to be back in fashion in Dunwall. You'd be smart to remember that.
These bastards are working with Ramsey and the Duke of Serkonos. Should I just spin it and pick a place to hide for a while? I need time to think.
Ship launch protocol. Empress, after the Royal Protector's shakedown cruise, will launch the ISS Jessamine Kaldwin just before the anniversary of your mother's passing, pending your approval, of course. On the platform, we'll have a bottle of King Street brandy tied to a long tether that you will release to swing out against the hull. What you say during the ceremony is, of course, up to you, but here are some ideas intended to serve as food for thought. May a brisk wind hurry you to shores near, far, and fair. May you shelter your crew from the perils of the terrible ocean. May you always sail for Bristol, true of heart and homeward bound. Yours faithfully, Advisor Wainwright. Letter from Advisor Helmswater. Empress, we face yet another murder, and I cannot remain silent on the matter. Strange, is it not, that all the victims have openly opposed you? If not strange, then oh so very convenient. Is there anything you wish to tell me, Majesty? How can I be an advisor if you don't include me in these most sensitive of endeavours? I feel I must be the only person in Dunwall who doesn't know the truth about the Crown Killer. Don't leave me out in the cold. I remain your trusted servant and advisor, Leonora Helmswater. Yeah, so there's a lot of in-game lore with this game. I do plan on reading it, so hopefully you're into that. There's also audio recordings that we'll listen to. But yeah, we'll see how it goes.
How many times have I looked at that skyline? It feels like everything just changed. Delilah is some sort of witch. How is this possible?
Lady Emily, you're all right. Where's the Royal Protector?
There's a coup underway. My father is... he's imprisoned, for lack of a better word.
You've got to get out of the tower. Through your safe room. There was a captain earlier today, down at the docks. Looking for the Royal Protector. Find her. Get out of Dunwall.
Alexei, I'm sorry. Goodbye.
Mission clues: new captain. A captain who goes by the name Megan Foster arrived in Dunwall. She's looking for Corvo Attano. Maybe she can help. That's 2 letters. Okay. Travel log. A long day in Dunwall. New year. We're starting a new year. Maybe 1852 will be less boring than 1851. I can't wait for Wyman to get back from Dunwall. We'll go to the abandoned mission I discovered the other night at the edge of Woodshore. Maybe I'll have time to turn it into a scary haunted house beforehand, using sheets and hiding an old audiograph upstairs. Wyman would love that. We'll get spooked and hold hands, screaming and laughing. Come on, Emily, you promised to be more serious and to listen at court, and you're already planning your next escape. Let's start this diary again. Proposal for a new decree on whale oil rationing and distribution. I have Clodagh. That's why I started with this one. Probably would make sense to play the first one on the stream. But yeah, I'll continue with this for now. The anniversary. That time of year again. The anniversary of my mother's death. There's no real time for reflection though. It's all security protocols, menus, guest lists, and it's impossible to slip out at night. I feel like a caged bird. They've already got me memorizing this year's speech. It's endless. Would it be so terrible if I just said what I remembered about her? That wink she gave me, even as she was scolding me after I was caught climbing the statue of my grandfather. The sound of her footsteps as she paced at night. The time we shared a cabin on a boat trip to Driscoll, or the time she agreed to let Corvo teach me to fish, but then had to pull a hook from my arm. That would be a speech.
I need my signet ring.
Can't remember what the money's used for, but it's usable. Hi Izzy, thanks for joining.
understand the pressure you're under. Only you, and your mother before you, could know what that's like. Whoever's killing off your enemies is doing so for calculated effect, undermining us. I do know what it's like to be blamed for murders you didn't commit, but trust me, we'll find this crown killer, and they'll pay. Tomorrow is the anniversary of her death. A sad day for sure. But I want you to remember all that's happened over the last 15 years. You've held on to the throne, and you've done what you thought was right for the people of the Empire. You drained the flooded district, kept the gangs in check, and yesterday we launched a magnificent ship bearing Jessamine's name. You're becoming the sovereign your mother wanted you to be, and I'm proud of you.
Is this gonna get weird, is he? We are not trying to solve a murder. From the first game, you know who killed your mother, the Empress. So the stories are related, but not a direct continuation, I guess. Crown Killer strikes again. Dunwall citizens express shock and fear as yet another outspoken critic of Empress Emily Kaldwin has met with a violent demise. The latest victim is none other than the Ichabod Boyle, notable entrepreneur and supporter of the arts. Boyle recently wrote an opinion piece harshly criticizing the Empress for what he called her slipshod style of governance and her willful neglect of duties. Authorities are convinced that the Crown Killer is the culprit, given the gruesome details left at the crime scene. As Her Majesty's most outspoken adversaries fall one by one to this notorious assassin, we boldly ask, is it now the duty of the Royal Protector to murder all who dare to criticize the throne? I suppose with that, it kind of seems like it is solving murders. But specifically, I don't think it's murders. But we'll find out as we play. Yeah, that sounds familiar enough to what I remember. It's part of the fun of these games, just stacking people.
The throne room blocked off, we should have the time we need. Just stay here and stall anyone who comes by. I'll be back when I've searched the royal chambers, assuming I don't accidentally lock myself in this damn safe room.
We'll cover for you if anyone from the Duke's party returns. This is exciting. Everything's changing.
Yes, the natural order is reasserting itself. The Ramseys once hosted the king and queen of Morley. Did you know that? I spent my childhood playing with the Buntings and the Boyles, the cream of society.
And very soon you'll be back at the top, Captain.
Ramsay's family fell from the aristocracy, and apparently the man holds a grudge. How it's my fault, that's beyond me. But one way or another, Ramsay is too dangerous to be left in play.
This shirt reeks. I gotta get a spare uniform. What I wouldn't give for a bottle of pear soda.
So he says keep alert, and I says I am alert. I've been alert. And he says, yeah, but this time I really mean it. One night at the boarding house. One night. I'm shankers.
I know the characters have different abilities, so the play style will be different.
That's Emily Kaldwin.
Senseless slaughter. Father, I don't know how, but I'll make this right. I promise. So many nights in here after the rat plague.
If she'd bothered to keep her appointments, I might have finally restored the family to its proper station. My idiot father notwithstanding.
This won't leave my hand again.
So, Imperial Signet Ring, one of 2 signet rings made for the Empress and Royal Protector. These rings serve as keys to the safe room in Dunwall Tower. Quarters key. Key to the royal quarters, so we could open up the room we were locked in. Okay, eliminate. And Mortimer's could be locked inside the safe room, which contains rations and water. Secret passage in the royal chambers that leads to the streets, but you need your ring to open it. A new captain who goes by the name of Morgan Foster arrived in Dunwall. She's looking for Corvo Attano. Maybe she can help. So we knew those. Yeah, we got that. Lock him in the safe room. That's where we are. I assume.
I have a feeling I'll need these. The reserves won't help against Delilah, even if I had a way to carry it all out of here. I'll need this.
Corvo Attano, the Royal Protector in Our Times, Part 1. His parents were older at the time of his birth, and his father died in a lumber accident outside the city when Corvo was still young. Around that time, his only sibling, a firstborn sister, moved away to Morley, and the family subsequently lost all contact with her. Only 16, Corvo dazzled the people of Karnaca when he entered and won the annual Blade Verbena. The spectators from all over Serkonos were thrilled to see someone so young and striking from a working-class family advance through jewel after jewel, eventually taking the prize. This unexpected outcome secured Corvo a junior officer ranking in the Grand Serkonan Guard. PS5, yeah, I'll probably get it. I started saving for it. I don't know if I'll get it as soon as it comes out, but we'll see. Yourself, do you think you'll get it? As a soldier, he was involved in a number of conflicts against organized criminal groups, rogue city-states within Serkonos, and pirate bands along the chain of islands radiating east from Serkonos, sent from his homeland at the age of 18 by the Duke of Serkonos, then Theodanis Abel, father of Luca Abel. Corvo was assigned to serve the Emperor in Dunwall as a diplomatic gift. His Serkonan heritage made him a bit of an outsider in Dunwall, but the capital city must have seemed exotic and full of old world mystery. A few months after he moved to Dunwall, it is recorded that Corvo received word that his mother had passed away several weeks after his departure from Karnaca. Yeah, there's a chance they'll make a Demon Souls themed console. Why not?
Old Samuel made this. I'm glad he didn't live to see me driven out of Dunwall Tower.
Letter from Wyman. Emily, I didn't want to wake you this morning, but you'll forgive me since we must have said goodbye 100 times yesterday night. And the only chance I get to see you with your hair all whichever way is while you're asleep. As soon as the sun rises, you'll put on your Emperor's face. It makes me happy that I know your real face, the one that laughs at our silly rhymes. I don't want to go back to Morley, but I'm needed there. It'll be 4 months before we see each other again. I'll miss you, and yes, I'll bring you some white leaf tobacco for your hookah. Lord Corvo, if you're reading this letter as per your royal protector functions, know that I am joking and perfectly aware that the white leaf tobacco is forbidden in Bristol. Take care, my darling Emily. Don't go falling from a rooftop. I love you, Wyman. Whispers from the Void by Bernoulli Mulani. Treatise on the physical existence of that foreign realm. Excerpt. These little glimpses of the void in dreams or described by those awoken from comas are not limited to select few. In my interviews, I've gleaned that there is not a single citizen without such visions at one time or another. This, then, must be a real place, not folklore or mass delusion. Perhaps it exists deep below the earth, or far above it. Perhaps it is right next to us, but hidden. Some trick of the light or wondrous curtain bars us from fully knowing it, and we all but wait for a natural philosopher to unlock the phenomenon, to show us how to see it at will. But when so revealed, it will not be a fearsome place any longer, not the distant and special realm described in the myth of the outsider. It will be strange, yes, even unsettling, but nonetheless it will be a new realm for us to explore and eventually conquer. What new treasures await us there? Are the lakes made of liquid diamond, the clouds of weightless silver gas, and what things we would learn? The Upside Down. Yeah, it could be. A treatise on the physical existence of that foreign realm. Excerpt. It is a common story. A person has stopped breathing, pinned under carriage wheels or some other tragic happenstance, and is thought to be dead. But when the weight is removed, they make a quick recovery. But nonetheless, for a moment or two, this person was lost to us, lost to the world itself. And what did they experience while in this temporary death? Darkness? Nothingness? No, indeed not. They tell us, as so many before have, that they were in a particular place and can describe it vividly. And who among us does not know this place? Have we not all seen it in our dreams? This place we share in the farthest reaches of our minds, the realm where nothing makes sense, where one is at both lost and at home, the void.
Anton Sokolov made this lock. Now you've got what you wanted, Ramsey. The Imperial suite atop Dunwall Tower. Stay put until this is all set straight, Ramsey. Enjoy the rations and well water, sleeping next to a fortune.
Okay, I assume that was it. Don't know if you could hear that. Aelga got out of bed.
Until I understand this, I have to go into hiding. I should make my way to the docks.
Right, this is longer, so I'm gonna leave that for now. Might do.
What would my old
lore
governess say? Callista would probably tell me to sit up straight and to marry Wyman. She'd ask me when the War of the Four Crowns ended. 1625.
Might do lore specific videos. Frame rate still okay, bearable.
I've got to get out of Dunwall. Get away. I should talk to the captain of that ship.
I really like the style of this game graphically. The art is brilliant. Megan Foster's ship is just off the docks and represents your best hope for escape. Letter from Wyman. Read that. Okay.
What do I have to do to help my father? What do I have to become?
Something feels wrong.
Traitorous dog.
Okay. Anything on this guy? Cool. Sorry, I just had to cough.
The city is crawling with the Duke's men.
Listen up, I have bad news. Ramsey's missing. Corporal Moore checked the royal quarters, and Emily Kaldwin has apparently fled the tower. We've got to find her. That's it, we've got your orders. Spread out and find the fugitive. We're in this with the Duke of Serkino, sink or swim. There's no way to turn back now.
I have not played Fall Guys. I've seen a lot of people playing it.
Kiss. Oh, that kiss.
I don't know if it's something that I would play.
The former Empress Emily Kaldwin has been accused of high crimes against the state. Anyone caught harboring her is equally guilty of treason. You're so dead. You are. No! Damn it! No!
Damn, no fruit. Oh well. Margo. How is everybody? Plans for the weekend? I don't know what to talk about, so. Working. Your plans are my plans. Yeah. Captain Ramsey's orders. All City Watch personnel assigned to posts in the immediate vicinity around Dunwall Tower. On the anniversary tomorrow, we'll be receiving guests from across the Empire. Most are detailed in your itineraries, but there is an unlisted contingent from Karnaca. It's last minute but important. None other than the Duke of Serkonos will be travelling with an entourage that includes VIP guests and some rather exotic equipment aimed at impressing our Empress. Let them pass and don't bother harassing them with the usual inspection nonsense on my orders. And if you spoil the surprise, I'll have your head. Disseminate this note to all squads. Captain Mortimer Ramsey, First Officer, Night Watch.
Attention, Dunwall citizens.
Attention, Dunwall citizens. Today, Delilah Kaldwin is our new Empress. All hail Delilah, first of her name.
Further, the former Empress Emily Kaldwin is now wanted for treason. Any of you found harboring Emily Kaldwin will be fined and arrested.
People of Dunwall, stay in your homes. You're advised to stay indoors during this time of unrest.
Are you looking for me? Yeah. Yes. I am Emily.
Citizens of Dunwall, listen up. For the sake of your family, turn over all information concerning Emily Kaldwin and Corvo Attano, wanted for murder and treason.
Delilah is the woman claiming to be the rightful Empress. I can't remember if she's actually your aunt or is just claiming it.
So if I have two, and I give him one, I still got me one. But then if I eat it, no, if he eats it, then what? Of course I can
dry.
read.
You really go for a whiskey or something? Maybe one of them two-penny drinks.
Huh?
No mercy!
Oh well. Restart from last checkpoint. Right. Okay. Not too far back. So we've got 3 people. How are we going to do this? Can't go up there. Nothing there. There we go. Who's that?
Of course I can read. What's he think? I'm stupid? I know all my letters and then some.
Pro tip, don't die. Sure. Rush him. Yeah, I suppose. Let's see what happens with this guy.
My family and I moved here 3 years ago. Biggest mistake we ever made.
So it's a coup. The Kaldwins have finally fallen. Never thought I'd see the day. Shh, we shouldn't be talking about this.
Until later, then. You have to understand. I'm going to call for help if you don't go.
You look like you can take care of yourself.
Note to Beasley. You come this far with me, Beasley. Don't get clammy feet now, man. Delilah is our rightful empress, or will be soon, I promise. And the Duke will make sure we're properly compensated for our part in orchestrating this little coup. I have men across City Watch, and let's just say certain stubborn Emily Kaldwin supporters are being arrested even as I pen this note. On top of that, the Duke will be bringing over 100 from the Grand Guard. Now do your part and shred this note as soon as you've read it. Put it down the toilet. Mortimer Ramsey.
Captain Ramsey's been so industrious, but I need a ship.
See you later, Marco. Thanks for dropping in. Enjoy the run.
Oh, shit. So, let's see. What was it? No way! Hey, who is... This won't take...
I forgot you don't like the gore side of things. Cut his leg off. Nice. I wasn't planning on it. I was trying to go for a more stealthy run. Letter to Laura. Laura, don't tell me my business. My family's been at this game for a long time, and I'm not acting alone. Currently, I have several friends working on similar pamphlets aimed at further turning public opinion against Emily Kaldwin and her cursed royal protector. Lady Brambley is calling her bastard daughter. That ought to light them up at court. Nathan Bettenbridge is nearly finished with prosecution for Corvo Attano. I'm giving consideration to releasing my own as, should Parliament rule, a modest proposal. Yes, I know she's the Empress, but eventually she'll bow under the weight that we will bring down upon her. First the gentry here in Dunwall, then the Parliament, finally the other isles. By early next month, look for these works plastered on the walls here in the capital city, but if you're abroad, you'll see them in Dabukva, Alba, Karnaca, Kalkany, and Yarrow as well. I have friends all over, Laura. Don't let it slip your mind for a second. Boyle. Excerpts from a book on sailing traditions and scrimshaw. Bone charms, sailor's blessing, they say. The carving itself is a practice from long back, passed from salty dog to young greenhorns still finding their sea legs. In old times, sailors cut into the tusks of ice seals and into the arm-long fangs of the bears that roamed the islets north of Tivia. Once the whaling trade began, the practitioners began engraving the bones of those great beasts, rendering charms that sing in the night and grant some small boon, increasing a lover's vigor or providing defense against pregnancy. Crown Killer is watching. Go with the first one. Come back to this. And then there are 2 standalone DLC as well, I think. Yeah, Thief is a really good game, and this captures that feeling really well, I think.
Roads blocked by order of the City Watch.
Locked? What am I supposed to do now?
Not my concern, citizen. I'd advise you to return to your home.
Damn it.
If I
need
can't
to
get
pee.
through, that's it for my shop. The entire month will be ruined.
Trust me.
It is
You
a
don't
train
wanna be
line,
out
yeah.
on the streets right now. Move along.
Don't believe they had it in the 1840s in reality. This isn't quite reality. A lot of the tech in this runs on whale oil. So the whales are nearly run to extinction,
Kaldwin!
I think you're scared of me.
Let's go!
She's wounded! Let's finish her! I'll search you. Better.
Alright. I think we'll get to the boat and then we'll call it a night.
Road is blocked by order of the City Watch.
Locked. What am I supposed to do now?
Not my concern, citizen. I'd advise you to return to your home.
If I can't get through, that's it for my shop. The entire month will be ruined.
Trust me. You don't want to be out on the streets right now. Move
I haven't really
along.
thought beyond this game. And given the performance of the stream and the age of this game, I might have to invest
Then if I eat it,
in a better graphics card.
then what?
Or maybe install Windows, but I prefer to stick with Linux. I can get around behind these guys. Anybody else? Could drop into these mattress.
People of Dunwall, aiding a fugitive is now punishable by death. Aid the City Watch in this time of transition. Kind of dry. I could really go for a whiskey or something. Maybe one of them 2-penny drinks.
That's Emily Kaldwin! I'll get to her! I'll check around here. No! Damn it! She won't go far! No! You aren't going anywhere! She's wounded! Let's finish her! Shit, what happened to him?
Okay. Where are we? Probably back up top.
Road is blocked by order of the City Watch.
Locked. What am I supposed to do now?
Not my concern, citizen. I'd advise you to return to your home.
If I can't get through, that's it for my shop. The entire month will be ruined.
Trust me. You don't want to be out on the streets right now. Move along. What?
People of Dunwall, aiding a fugitive is now punishable by death. Aid the City Watch in this time of transition.
Huh? What is going on here? Stop!
Keep my mind on my police.
Yeah. At least it was one of them that time. That's one of the good things that I really like about this. Is there are multiple ways around. Irish dancing.
To who knows where, and I'm out of money for any more operations. Just great. Lady Emily, you won't get far with that face. Stamped on half the coins in the city.
There's a coup underway, and I'm being blamed for the Crown Killer murders. I don't care what my face looks like.
My name's Megan Foster. I work with an old ally of yours, Anton Sokolov. We learned something scary down in the south, and I came to warn you.
I know, Anton, but Corvo's gone. The Duke of Serkonos is here with a woman named Delilah. They massacred everyone in the throne room. Then she did something I can't explain. There was nothing to do but run.
Sometimes that's all you can do. This is my ship, the Dreadful Whale. We can head out as soon as you're ready.
I need to get to Karnaca where the Crown Killer murders started. Delilah must have been down there for a while, and I've got to figure out what's going on.
You're Corvo's daughter. I'll give you that. Should we go?
Yes, I'm ready.
Forgot about this. So, slightly lethal. Slightly stealthy. Yeah, so, Clodagh, as your progress through the game, as you kill things, the world gets darker. So you'll see more rats and plague victims in the streets. It's interesting mechanic. Bodies, 6 bodies detected, 7 detections. It's a lot of coins, paintings. I think what they say about you as well changes. But yeah, it's really good. Recommend it if you're actually interested.
Am I still aboard Megan's ship? Feels odd.
Okay, well, I'm gonna leave it at that tonight. High chaos. And we'll probably play same time next week, Thursday, 8 o'clock. And I will mess around with OBS and try and get better frame rate on that. Okay, thanks everyone for joining the stream, and we'll see you again.